Hey, this is Don Kryptonium, back to the east, back to this bedroom, to give you the strongest, best crypto coverage that is out there. Today we're going to talk about Composable, again, about the first IBC bridge to Polkadot, and soon to be the first IBC bridge to Ethereum and to Solana, soon. And also, we're going to discuss some of the farming opportunity that is on the Pablo DEX, which is the side project. So Composable, as of late, become also sponsor of this channel. We mentioned two projects, Stargaze, who's been sponsoring this channel for past year, and also Composable. So keep this in mind. And before we start, make sure you like this video, share this video. And this is also on Twitter, so you might heart this video and retweet this video. Re-X this video, it's no Twitter anymore. So as of news, there is right now Ethereum testnet, which I have problem with my Kepler by adding the Picasso testnet for some reason, but as of now we have Ethereum IBC testnet on Composable. I expect in the next few months we'll learn more about IBC to Solana, also by Composable. And what is live already is obviously the Polkadot bridge. And this one wasn't big of the success, okay? It turned out the DOT doesn't have that many on-chain users and it wasn't that vibrant. And personally, I'm much more excited about Ethereum and also Solana, because when it comes to Solana, against beliefs, I think there is large user base on chain, nothing to compare to Ethereum and layer 2s. But if you reverse to 2017, Ethereum didn't really have on-chain users, okay? But about those things, we will discuss in the coming time. And today, I want to talk a little about Pablo DEX, okay? And the reason why we're going to talk about Pablo, because there was new incentivized pool, which I think was a little controversial. I think maybe the incentives were a little too generous, but they are right now there and it's doing quite well. So I think a lot of people in Cosmos could want to have this possibility to farm some of the additional stars token. First of all, I want to point to some issues. So as of now, if you go to the Pablo DEX, to this interchain DEX, it wasn't that successful in attracting DOT liquidity. I think we can state it as the fact. The largest pool, as of now, the second larger after Picasso Kusama, become actually this heavy incentivized DOT stars. So I don't think the DOT is such a bad pair. It has a lot of market maker on the sex exchanges. But the lack of liquidity of some other tokens, the DOT, the stablecoin liquidity might be quite troublesome. So personally, what I would love to see, these major pools like maybe Kusama, Picasso USDT, if they could have at least $50,000, I think the game would change, because for all of the small shrimps, that would be easy onboarding without the slippage right now, right? But if you want to provide to some new pools, you actually have to go from two different sides. So, for example, if you would like to provide the liquidity to the DOT Osmo, which is not much, what you have to do, you have to go to Polkadot, the best, to the centralized exchange, purchase the DOT tokens, send them to your Talisman wallet, and deposit then on Picasso, and the same way to do with DOT. And this is how I did this when I wanted to provide liquidity to DOT and stars. And I think if you are not like really large user, and if your purchase right now oscillates below $1,000, maybe in the range of $500, you don't have to go through the DOT, and I think you can do everything through Kepler. You can purchase some of the DOT tokens on Osmosis, and you can purchase this from the pair stars to DOT. But as I said, we need more liquidity, and I would love personally to see the team being able to actually give that initial boost, and maybe not necessarily waiting for community, just to make it more functional. Okay, that would be my my take. So when it comes to swapping, I have some of the. So what I would do, I'm going to show you how to swap. I have some of the Spica tokens, so let me swap some of that into DOT, right? So I could swap some of that into DOT, maybe even more. You can see for those liquidity with DOT, those are small transactions. There is no slippage, so this is the presentation, and let's swap it. So as the swap happened, then with the DOT, I can swap half to the stars maybe. But as I said, if you want to deposit like thousands, like $5,000, you best go 2 and 5K from DOT side, from the SEX, and the other side would be stars from the Stargaze, right? Or from Osmosis or anything really. I think the price change, isn't it? And by the way, I'm speaking of that because I think there is a lot of hesitance toward composable for some reason. But when I breach my assets, when I breach from right now as I farm tokens and I breach them from the from Picasso to Stargaze, it's actually seamless bridge, and this bridge is working. So if we can get it on Ethereum, if we can get it on Solana, that will be amazing. And I'm not that excited about Avalanche because Avalanche will be just as popular, I think, as Dot Bridge, if not less, because I don't think Avalanche has that many of users. It's not composable who work on the Avalanche. Okay. So if you get assets, right, if you want to get assets from Stargaze to Pablo or any other assets, you go to the trustless, okay? And you will have to choose stars. So I'm showing you these two things that you actually need to know to provide liquidity, right? And I could do, and I can bridge 1,000 stars to Picasso, and then I will be able to provide liquidity. So we're not doing this as of now, But then you just you connect these two wallets. Polkadot wallet is required because the Picasso is on DOT. So I already swapped to some DOT, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap 4 of this DOT, a little bit more, or maybe even 5. Okay, 5 DOT. 2 stars, because I want to show you how to also later send the stars from Picasso to Stargaze blockchain. Okay, and again, it's weirdly I'm actually getting bigger amounts. So these are small amounts, and it seems transferring these amounts. Okay, that's too much. But we had no. You could see, like, even if you go into $100, not that much of a slippage. So I'm going to swap 5 DOT to stars token. So let's hit it, and hopefully the price will not change, so it will not really collapse, and then we can provide the liquidity. And the reason I'm speaking of this liquidity, because this pool is incentivized with 200% APR, and those tokens are incentives from community pools, and surely that APR is too high. I'm farming this so I can buy more of the NFTs, but I think like it should go higher considering the incentives. And we have deep liquidity. Stargaze has deep liquidity on Osmosis right now, on Kujira, thanks to Manta. And it might be another place to have this deep liquidity bonded to the DOT. But surely, that's only one way for DOT users to actually come to Cosmos, the easiest way. So now you can actually do it if you want to buy some of the NFTs. So then I would go to earn, go to this pool that I'm doing, and you don't have to bond it, okay? So let's do this. I'm going to add some liquidity, okay? So I'm going to add 2 DOT liquidity and 800 stars. So this is how it looks. Add liquidity, confirm, and you don't have to lock it for the certain amount of time. You will have to stake it, but you can get it out anytime. So this is pretty cool. If you go to the bottom, to the staking, then you have to stake the tokens. So let's wait for this transaction to go through. I'm going to show you how to stake the token. And as you can see, Okay, it seems the additional Pika incentives hit for some reason. Or it's just, yeah, they were much smaller. So this is pretty cool. Okay, because there was like, before it started, like Stargaze was 10 times higher even. They kind of, they matched it, which is pretty cool. So you can get really deep incentives in both of the tokens. You can see they are distributed equally. So this is really cool, like what they did. And now I'm just going to stake it, okay? And I'm earning these very, very high APRs, you know? So, you know, we know that incentives are proven to controversial because Cosmos relied on this. I do believe that will not be that much of the sell pressure coming from here to cause the massive dump. I know not everyone would have this opinion. Maybe the incentives were too high, but they are there, right? So let's build that liquidity, and everyone likes APR. Everyone likes the additional incentives. So this is what I'm doing, and this is what you do. And then if you want these incentives move back to Stargaze, I'm going to get assets. There was one thing what Rarma pointed, you know, there was no communication on Twitter. They promised to improve. So all the communications coming from the Telegram. So now let me bridge to Stargaze. So I'm on Picasso. I have some of the stars token that still have here. I'm going to hit the max. 2 wallets connected, send it. And as I confirm transaction, in a few minutes, these tokens will be on my Stargaze chain. Of course, you can use to send them to Osmosis, but I use them to have them on the marketplace. So this is it. That's mainly focused on the Stargaze liquidity. I wanted to make the video about the infinity swaps, but unfortunately, something was not right. The pool wasn't adding, so I had to make another video with a little bit different subject. And let's hope this liquidity will build up, and hopefully there will be easier access, that there will be deeper DOT liquidity also coming from Osmosis, so you don't have to interact with the DOT ecosystem at all, and just rely on that stability that the market makers on the centralized exchanges will do the job. Okay, so with that, I'm out. Don Kryptonium is out. Till the next time.